Good afternoon, happy Friday. It's about 1 o'clock. We are getting a little bit of a late start to this vlog, sort of. Before we get into it, I did want to say thank you to AG1 for sponsoring this weekend vlog. You guys know that these vlogs, this job itself, wouldn't be possible without amazing family-like sponsors like AG1. I have been fortunate enough to partner up with the same brands for an extended period of time, and it just feels like home. While I would love to say very cheesy, like, oh, because we're best friends, I mean like home because they have become such a part of my everyday life that I need them to function. So we'll get into it in a second here when I unload the dishwasher, because even then they're like keeping me company while I do one of my least favorite chores. Do you guys ever wake up and you're just, today's happening. Like today is happening for me. It is Friday. Boys are gonna be with dad. I don't have to make dinner. Parker won't be home late. Today's gonna be it. And then maybe a minor inconvenience happens, or maybe something bigger happens, but I have such a sensitive gauge when it comes to my mood, and I wish I could say it was because I'm in perimenopause. I know that's not it, because I've always been this way. Like, I have one of those like temperature gauges where you just flick it a little bit and it just goes awry, and man, my morning just got derailed. The good thing is that it still remained positive and productive. So I was still able to do what I had planned for work, but I wasn't happy doing it. Just kidding. I mean, I wasn't upset or anything. You guys, you know we keep it real around here. We do. And part of keeping it real is talking about our health, mental and physical, emotional. Part of keeping it real is talking about motherhood, talking about life, relationships, breakups, friendships, all the things. I thought about friendships right after breakups. And I think one of the new hot topics that we're going to be covering on this channel is something that I really thought I was immune to. Like, that's not going to be me. Have you ever found yourself on that boat of, that's not going to be me? That's unfortunate. Oh man, that's awful, but that's not. Falta mucho, moms say that, like, this is still a long time away. It's not gonna be me. No, it's not. I felt like I had a really strong hold on every time I would say, I'm gonna be 40 this year, but I would say it in a way that was like a milestone that I earned, like I really earned. Now it's like, because I'm turning 40 this year, all of this makes sense. When you conveniently find an excuse to blame something for everything. Like, for example, digestion issues, mood changes. Did you know there is a thing called menobelly? I was starting to wonder, I'm like, I had this random sudden weight gain, and I'm not complaining, you guys, like, keep it in context here. Like, for me, I'm speaking for myself, what is my normal, what I'm used to, And I had this sudden weight gain out of the blue, even though I wasn't changing anything in what I was doing, how I was doing, what I was eating. And I couldn't understand why. It was weird. And it all made sense all of a sudden. It's all part of life. Did you know that getting up every day around like 2 to 3 in the morning is a sign of perimenopause? Not being able to go to the restroom regularly is a sign of perimenopause. Sudden and like irrational mood changes, although that's probably always been a part of my life. But like, a lot of things you wouldn't make the connection with. I feel so blessed that because one thing that I have been able to maintain a routine with is having my AG1 every morning, you guys. And the only reason that we're unloading the dishwasher right now, I need to prop you guys somewhere. The only reason we're unloading the dishwasher right now is because I was lazy and I didn't wash my little cup and I need it tomorrow morning. That's how committed I am to this routine. I'm trying to prop you guys up where you're not gonna fall to your hypothetical death. hypothetical, digital, cyber, parasocial death. You guys have heard me talk about AG1, but guess what? We're talking about it again. It is a formula that has been improved 52 times. How do you improve something that many times? Because I am sure that there are these like fairy, magical unicorn scientists in their labs figuring out ways of making it even better and better and better and better. And it really doesn't get better than this foundational nutrition supplement. You guys know I'm always talking about mental health, physical health. I love supplements, but I don't just take them for the knack of taking them or to say that I'm taking care of myself because I'm taking a, no, I take them because I actually feel better. As a teacher for years, I got into the nasty habit of never having breakfast. And it was an empty stomach all the time. And it's just not a good habit to be in. But to be able to wake up and for the first thing, to grace the insides of my body, to be such an amazing supplement that has the vitamin minerals that I need for a day, that isn't gonna give me a crash, that's gonna give me clean energy, that's gonna be loaded with pre and probiotics, that is gonna help me with stress adaptogens. You guys, that should be another thing we talk about here, stress. So I actually lay a towel on the counter when I take things out of the dishwasher because it really bothers me if there's still a little bit of water on the dishes and then I put it on the counter and then there's like wet rings. No, stress adaptogens. These are trauma coping mechanisms that thanks to AG1, I keep at bay. So not only does AG1 help me with like my daily dose or intake of vitamins and minerals, it also helps me with healthy aging. It helps me with my immunity, and it also helps me go to the bathroom. Okay, so here's a fun fact. It's not really a fun fact, it's kind of a gross fact, but if you are in your stages, early stages, whatever, if you are in the beautiful stage of perimenopause, one of the most common symptoms is not being able to go to the bathroom. Why am I talking about this on the internet? Anyway, I have pretty much embarrassed myself in every possible way I can on the internet, so why not talk about my bowel movements? I've never had any digestion issues ever in my entire life. This is coming from a matriarchy and patriarchy where on both sides of my family, they all have GI issues. And I have been able to hold that over their heads for years where I'm like, I can still have milk, I can still have dairy, like yeah, none of that. I'm not on this boat. And then all of a sudden, I had the experience of, is this what it feels like? Because I am never doing that again. I am not saying that this is something that I struggle with genetically. What I am saying is because I'm having all of these other symptoms that I'm still trying to figure out because of perimenopause, not being able to go potty is not gonna be one of them. We got really passionate there for a second. I'm gonna need a minute. Thank you guys for your patience and allowing me to recover the stability of my mood. I'm just kidding, Sophia was outside and I had to bring her back in. Anyway, every time you guys are around, I get distracted and I have stuff to do, you guys. You saw when I woke up this morning. Do you know what that feeling is like when you wake up in the morning and from the minute you set your foot on the floor, you are nonstop go, 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 go. And that's how we have been today. I was like, oh yeah, sure. I have this whole plan for my Friday. And you guys know that boys usually go back to dad's Thursday night. Sometimes Friday mornings, it really depends because baseball practice runs late or whatever. They happened to be here this morning. So it was go, go, go from lunch packing, getting them up, taking them to school, doing all that stuff. Then I came home and I had to edit and link a bunch of stuff. And before I realized that I was hungry, I was like, wow, so if I don't get up and have my AG1 immediately when I wake up, like a routine, like habit, it was like 11:30 and I still hadn't eaten anything. Luckily for me, because I am super, like I hyper focus into something and that's it. Like everything else just dies and shuts down around me. So I've done these little, this is full of water at the moment. I don't like things to sit in the sink. Anyway, so I was like, wow, I think I'm hungry. Could you imagine being on a super empty stomach? Anyway, AG1 is an amazing supplement that has given me the confidence and also the security that I'm doing something good for myself, even when I get up and I'm in a big hurry and just to feel better. You guys know that It's been really hard for me to find something that works with my neurospiciness without giving me the jitters, without making me feel gross, without making me like have a crash, which also affects how much caffeine I'm able to take. It's just, don't grow up, you guys. If you are watching this, don't grow up. It's a trap because your body just starts changing on you with no warning. Luckily for me, luckily for you, you have your aunts like me that are experimenting and finding products or supplements that actually work for us. So AG1, I love you. Please don't ever break up with me. Please, like seriously, don't break up with me. We make a good team, and this is why we make a good team, because they give me this handy little bottle. It scratches all like my need for structure and like to be a robot so that I can actually function. You know, it gives me everything like perfect. It's like a little set. You got your little cup, you put it, you like pre-fill it, you have it ready to go. You have your canister in the fridge that you can't miss. Because every time you open the refrigerator, you're gonna see this big, beautiful emerald colored jar with the perfectly measured scooper. You know, it's like, what can't make this any easier for you? So if I had to summarize this little bit of the vlog, I would say self-awareness is your key to freedom as an adult. Be unapologetically you, but that includes having self-awareness. I know that I need to have structure to the point that I feel like a robot if I want to be successful in my day. I also know that talking about your feelings is really important because they have to go somewhere and you don't want them to come out like a volcano. So that's awesome as well. And the other thing is, if you want to be successful as an adult, is acknowledge that becoming an adult also means recognizing that your body is not going to be what you remember. So make those appropriate adjustments in your life. Try things that are going to help you, that are going to make you feel better, that aren't going to make your life harder or worse or more difficult or remind you that your body is changing without your consent. So AG1 knows the way to my heart because they make my life easier. They also make my potty life easier. They also perhaps contribute to keeping me out of a jumpsuit because of the stress adaptogens. Yeah, I need that speedy recovery. You know, the physical stress, the emotional stress, I need that speedy recovery because Lord have mercy, everything be trying me these days. So you guys have been on all the journeys with me. We have been on YouTube for over 10 years. We have discussed motherhood. We have discussed relationships. We have discussed breakups, friendship, marriages, all the things. We have discussed everything and anything that just changes in life. And I think part of those big milestones is also aging. And if we can do it feeling amazing, hey, look, we're always gonna have stuff to complain about between us, and you guys can always feel free to complain about it, just like I feel very comfortable complaining about it with you. But like, it's nice to complain and it feels good. It's like scratching when you're itchy, but let's be honest, we're not going to like voluntarily sit in the discomfort if we can find a way to feel better, right? Anyway, that is my love letter to AG1. So if you guys didn't try it the last time we talked about it or the time before that, the offer is still the same. I'm gonna throw a QR code up on the screen. There will be a link in the description box. If you guys decide to try AG1 now, you're going to get a free full-size bottle of the D3 plus K2 supplement, and you're gonna get 5 free travel packets. These are really important, you guys. You don't know the convenience of these travel packets unless you take them with you to Cancun when you go on your vacation with your family and you're eating garbage all day and you have absolutely zero issues trying. Let's just not talk about the potty anymore. Thank you, AG1, for sponsoring this weekend vlog. All the information to AG1 will be listed in the description box of this video. I put my AG1 away. I gotta unload the dishwasher, and oh, you know what? This is why we can't be left to our own devices, because I don't finish the task and then I'm showing you a second one. But I want to make sure that I do this now because I need to drop it off in the post office before I pick up the kiddos from school. We got a very specific order the other day. I mean, to be as specific as possible. This is the cool thing about my Etsy shop, is you can be as specific as you want, or you could be as vague as you want. and I'm happy to work with you. So we have a panda named Lisa that wanted a cell phone lanyard and Decodin style pop socket that were a specific color, a specific theme, and they had to vibe with each other because she wants to put them both on her phone. So look at how cute this is. And it's fully dry now. Anytime you order a Decodin pop socket, it takes, I would say, 2 to 3 days to dry, maybe longer. She wanted hers to say Aries AF, because you're watching with kiddos. And she wanted it to be like a black and white, gray, silver theme. So that's the pop socket. And then to match, we did a cell lanyard that looks like that. And this is in case you don't want to loop it on your phone case. You can actually slide this into your phone case, and then this comes out of the bottom where like the charging port is. And you can connect it to that as opposed to putting the actual cordage on the phone case. Does that make sense? And then I put her charm in a little bag. But look at how cute this is. She wanted a cute resin charm on the dangle part. And keep in mind that these little charms, like this doesn't have to stay on the lanyard. It has a clip, sort of like a lobster clasp. You can put that wherever you want. Doesn't actually have to live on your lanyard. I just thought it was a cute touch. I just did it out of the blue, I don't know, a year or two ago on one of mine before I even had Etsy. And I loved how it looked. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I should just make these lanyards and include the little cell dangle as part of the design itself. So that's for Miss Lisa. She's like, hey, do you promise to put it in your vlog? And I was like, yeah, I can do that, but it's gonna delay your order like almost a week because I ship things Monday through Wednesdays and I don't vlog until Friday. So that's like a whole, you're missing the train, you know? She's like, no, I want it in the vlog. I'm like, yes, ma'am. So we put them in here, and all of the Decodin pop sockets come with a little package that has E6000 or like a little tube of super glue, because look, life happens. Just like sometimes you can't go to the bathroom, life happens. And if something were to fall off, that's clear glue, that's super glue, it'll glue like everything back to normal. So it's part of life, and I'm giving you guys the solution in case something were to happen. You shouldn't have to be like super delicate and careful with things, you know what I mean? Like, it's for your phone. Your phone's always in your hand and stuff's gonna happen. So I might as well give you guys that option of, if something were to happen, here's an answer. Here's a little tube of glue that you can use so that it stays cute. Where are the stickers? We gotta put our branding on everything so that it looks cute. You know what I'm saying? So we got the little lanyard there. We're gonna put it in this little bag. There's some free stickers and a pen because her order was so lovely. I love these types of orders. And then we'll put that in here as well. It looks cute, it makes it extra special, but also it keeps everything like even extra safe, like extra padded, extra protected in case. Seal it up real good. I'm gonna put another label on there. I actually have another Decodin pop socket that I have ready to go here, so we have to drop these off in the mail so that they leave today. They'll be in circulation by tonight, out in the mail tomorrow, Saturday, and then, you know, we don't basically lose the weekend on shipping time. I don't know what plans we have going on this weekend, so it's about 1:30 now, and there are a couple chores that I still have to do here around the house. Parker will be home probably around 4 or 4:30. Boys are going to Dad's. Oh, Sophia has a vet appointment. That's one thing we do got going on today. Look at this. I have to show you this. I think I'm really just trying to delay the inevitable of finishing unloading the dishwasher. Look how pretty. My friend Martucci's has a summer candle. I can't wait to smell. Do you know how hard it was for me to open this package and just look at it and not open it so that I could smell it with you guys? So this is the summer candle. It's watermelon, strawberry, pineapple, kiwi, lemon, and lots of sugar. Let's be friends this summer. Here's a friendship bracelet just for you. Wear it, take a photo, and tag me. Look how pretty her branding is. So cute. I love the twine. Do you guys save this kind of stuff? I have like a giant gallon Ziploc bag full of twine because you don't know when you're gonna need it. She sent us some little bracelets too. So the summer candle comes with a bracelet. but you know, I got some extras. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got this big waft of like, oh my gosh, hurry, I can't get in here. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. There's a bracelet. It's so pretty. Wow, so many bracelets. I'm gonna put them all on. Oh, that's nice. Oh my goodness. That smells absolutely incredible. I love these giant pillar candles too. They last forever. You know what's funny is like, I'm talking about wellness and supplements, and I'm trying like to change up our toothpaste routine here at the house because apparently like that's one of the things that has like a lot of harmfulness in it. I love Martucci's Candle Company because it's non-toxic soy and it's like pet safe for your home. But like at the same time, I put on perfume like it's the difference between like saving my life. So I don't know, is there a name for like a half crunchy, half slowly shutting down my endocrine system person? Because I'm like, look, this is a non-toxic soy candle. Let me put on 3 ounces of perfume every time I get ready. It's about balance, you know? Sure, I have my AG1 every morning and, you know, feel great about it. But if you tell me to go to In-N-Out with you later that day for lunch, I am absolutely going to order 2 cheeseburgers with onions, chopped chilies, 2 orders of fries, and a Dr. Pepper. But then I really can't complain about Menno Belly. It's all making sense to me at the moment. But is there a name for that? Is there a name for that type of person? Or like the type of person that her friend Marta sends her a bunch of bracelets so that she could share with everybody in her house, but she's going to put them all on herself because she's talking in third person and it's like really weird, but it's just part of the show. Marta, are you watching this in shame? Or like, are you proud of me? Because we're friends, you know, like, we're all friends here. But anyway, oh no, what happened to my candle? Whoa, what's going on here? Apparently, I blew it out because I was having a very passionate conversation with you guys. You guys know we're not shy about talking about a lot of things around here. This smells so good, you guys. But I have to unload the dishwasher now. But I appreciate you guys keeping me company. And I also appreciate you guys keeping me company while we do all these side quests, avoiding the initial quest. The reason that we started talking in the first place. I think it's the wetting the counters or the loud banging that really, you know, it makes me sensitive. Are you guys sensitive to like loud noises? I did get that comment a lot in a vlog that I posted recently where I think I was talking about Parker snoring. And a couple of you said that our sensitivity to noise has a lot to do with the type of brain that we have, because I will put animals chewing carrots or crunchy food on loop for hours. That's ASMR, you know what I mean? But an adult sitting next to me, like a human adult, open mouth breathing, or chewing something crunchy, I will go to prison. Full on prison. Happy Saturday. I don't mean to brag, but I've been sitting here all day, with the exception of like an hour ago that I had to take Sophie to the vet. You guys, have you ever had an experience where you feel like the worst pet parent of the year? So Sophia's always had like nails that grow really curved. So we have like these special nail clippers, we have Dremel, and I even have it in my calendar where I do it periodically so that they don't get too long. Well, she's not due for nails. She hasn't been complaining about her nails. And I take her to the vet today to get her Librela, like her arthritis monthly shot. And the vet tech comes back and she's like, oh my gosh, she had a nail that was like impacted. Like it had grown and it curved and it like cut her paw pad. So we put some suture glue on it. She's fine. I mean, she wasn't really bleeding or anything, but we just wanted to let you know. And I was like, I'm like the worst parent of the year. I don't feel that way, but I do feel that way. And I was like, I have it in my calendar and I have the special tools. And she's like, when dogs get older, especially if they have arthritis, they don't move as much. They don't go outside as much. So they don't file their nails as much and their nails grow faster. Did you guys know that? That when like anybody gets older, like pets, people, if you get older, your nails grow faster and thicker. So like they're harder to manage. I didn't know that. Fun fact of the day. You're welcome if you didn't know that either. Now you know too. Now I have to I feel better because now it's information that I can do something with, you know, and that's part of my trauma response is like, okay, how can I do better? So I can adjust that in my calendar and make sure that I stay on top of that. And since she's so like stoic, she doesn't complain, she doesn't cry, she doesn't bark. It's like, oh, what's that? I don't mean to brag, but I got a drive-up pickup that's ready. You guys, my Saturday is exhilarating. No. And so what was I telling you guys? So now I know that I have to cut her nails sooner and be on top of it, but I just hadn't noticed anything because she hadn't complained. She didn't cry. She wasn't walking funny or anything. They fixed her little paw pad. They cut her nails. She has when I take her to the vet, I put on a little harness. It looks like a cute little pink vest. And the very first resin tag I ever made was Sophia's, like a little tiny, I think it might actually be on my Etsy website. It might actually be on there. It says Sophia and it has flowers all over it. That was the very first resin tag I ever did. So it's okay. We've gotten a lot better since then, but it's special to me. So I have it on a harness and the vet tech was like, oh my God, where did you order this? And I was like, oh, so glad you asked. I'm terrible at bragging about myself. I was like, I have an Etsy shop. And that was it. I let it go. And when we were done, she's like, do you mind giving it to me? Because I want to order and I'm sure the girls here would love to order. And they were like passing around her and her little harness. So that felt really nice. That made my whole Saturday. So hopefully the girls over at the band field that we take Sophia to will have some cute little coffee break bobble tags. So that kind of made my whole Saturday, especially after feeling like the shittiest pet parent. She won't even let me touch her paw right now. She's like, no. I have actually been sitting here all morning. You guys, do you remember we were bragging? We as in like me and me to you. I'm talking like us. I was bragging to you guys about how we removed the screens, like the solar screens off my studio, and now there's like all this beautiful light. You know, the downside to that is that we've had over 105-degree weather for like, we're not on heat advisory. We're on excessive heat advisory, like the dangerous kind where you're not allowed to go out or you will die. And so just to give you guys an idea, let me check. My studio is currently 89 degrees. And it's pretty hot in here. So I don't know, I'm wearing all of this and jeans, but I'm a jeans girl. So I've been sitting here all day because I have a panda, you guys. I love my job. I love my Etsy shop. I love my social media. I love the fruit of this job because one of the perks is meeting you guys parasocially and developing these relationships. And I think the deepest or the most important part of these relationships is the backstories. So one of you guys, Michelle, she's really solidified her place in my heart because of like her shares and the things that we've discussed. Has she placed an excessive amount of Etsy orders? Absolutely. Her dogs have dog tag collections. So that shallowy, that just on the surface is awesome. And it makes me feel great. And obviously it's an ego stroke, but depth, like internally, like my warm, jiggly insides, it's a nice it's nice to be able to interact with people that not necessarily understand your happiness and your joy and your celebration, but can also share and relate to your struggles and your pain. And so Michelle has a rescue pit, a little pitty girl, Sylvie. And Sylvie has been battling cancer for a while now. And so Miss Sylvie gets tags pretty often here. And I think it's kind of turned into one of those things where we really just tell cancer to f off every time we create something special for her. And it's turned into something where it's like, do something special for my Sylvie girl. And she has a whole collection now. And I think for us, every time we chat, it's a celebration of the time that Michelle has with Sylvie still. And I guess it feels weird to say it out loud, but to know that there's other people in the world that understand the difficulty of having a pet that's suddenly diagnosed with cancer, and that the anger, the frustration, but also trying really hard to celebrate them in life and not make that their story. That is a really fine line. And somehow, in some weird, twisted way, it feels better. It makes me feel better to know that I'm not the only one that did that, and to be able to say, I understand, but also it will get better, and also it sucks a lot, and also be mad. You know, like to be able to understand the complexity of all those emotions, it makes the world feel so small. And it's dumb because I'm on the internet talking about resin and dog tags and lip gloss, and to be able to get this like gift that you can't buy, that you can't change, that you can't, it's just this beautiful outcome of something so vapid like social media or Etsy. And it makes you stop questioning why, or does it make sense? Because it just does. So Michelle, I love you. And I love Sylvie more, so please give her some very aggressive lovin' on my part. Samson, of course, too, but mostly Sylvie. And Michelle, like I showed you guys, placed an order for another tag for Miss Sylvie, which I did something kind of fun this time. You can't really tell, and it's kind of one of those tags where you're really gonna have to take it outside and look, but there is a ton of neon micro flower glitter in here, and it's just so pretty. It goes with her vibe, you know? And then Mr. Samson, we changed it up for him a little bit. He's done ducks, he's done green, he's done yellow, so I wanted to do something very primary. We did some Mickeys, dark blue and red. He's a handsome boy, so we gotta match his level of handsome. Also, Michelle ordered a few badge reels. How cute is this? So this is like a mini one with a giant bow and a special saying that's between her and her daughter. And then we got a badge reel for her daughter, Bethany. How cute is that? And I wanted to do something that kind of was cohesive with the design of these tags. So like, okay, Samson has a cool blue tag, but it also matches Bethany's nurse tag. You know what I mean? Like, it's special. There's like a little bit of each in both. And then I think Michelle's placed like 4 or 5 orders already. In one of those orders, I made her a special gift with a picture that she had sent me in the past. So like I took it, modified it, I kind of cropped around a little bit, and I made her a pop socket. And I just sent it to her like a side quest thank you. And she loved it so much. She's like, can you do that, but put it on a badge reel? And I was like, yes, ma'am, I can. So this is kind of what it looks like, which I thought it was kind of cute, you know? I knew Michelle and I were going to be great friends when she said, I hope I don't offend you, but can you put on Sylvie's dog tag? And I was like, I can do you something better, and I can put it on there 5 times. So we did that, and now it's like Sophie's little warrior saying. So we got a pink little badge reel here. And then I think the last thing, have I shared everything? The last thing is a pink cell phone lanyard. Look how beautiful this is. It's been a minute since I've done a really elegant one like this. Usually we have the cute clay beads, which are so cute, right? But I don't know, the gold, just, you guys know how I feel about gold. So we have a pink one, and then for the charm aspect, you guys remember I told you this is totally customizable, it's removable. You don't have to put it on your cell lanyard, but you can. We have a little resin charm with a little paw on it. Do you see? It's like a paw, but with a paw on top. Hopefully you guys can see that. I can't tell. This viewfinder is tiny, you guys, and you know what isn't? My birthdays aren't tiny. So we got a little paw and a paw, and then we put an S for Miss Sylvie, and then a pink little heart. You see a little pink heart? So that actually goes, like if you use it the way it's intended, but the original design, but not the way it needs to be, you just put it on there, and then you have a beautiful cell phone lanyard to match Sylvie's original tags. I think she has like 3 or 4 other tags. They're all pink. They're different, but they're all pink. So like pink is Sylvie's signature color, which we didn't want to stray too far away from that, which is why we did the pink paws and the pink flowers, but everything else is like rainbow and happy. But like Sylvie's signature color is pink, so Michelle wanted something that was like inspired by Sylvie, or that just had that little Sylvie touch in it, which is why we went this route. And that's it. That's what I've been doing here all day, from designing to the resin to taking Sophie to the vet, and now I gotta run to the store and get the groceries. But I think that's it for a Saturday, you guys. I wanted to check in and be like, hey, happy Saturday, but this is all that I have been doing. You know what else I did? I watched the 3-episode limited series of Lacey Peterson and her baby Connor on Netflix. It's a story that we've heard about a long time. What is hard for me to believe is that it happened 20 years ago. Like how? As a 20 years, it happened 20 years. That is incredible. I mean, I still remember hearing about it in San Diego. That is nuts. But it's nice to get a condensed version of what happened. And now that you know, like when a crime, I guess when something's in the news, you get little bits here, little bits there, little bits here, and then you have like a half documentary or like a half report. But then 20 years later, when they kind of put everything in a package and show it to you, you're like, oh no, he did that? Like, it makes it even, I don't know. I'm feeling some type of way. And you know why I'm feeling some type of way? I think it's because I got my period this morning. Everything today is like extra emotional, like extra infuriating, extra saddening, extra frustrating. Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe it's the perimenopause. I think we're at that age now where we're like, is it because I'm dehydrated? Is it because I haven't slept? Is it because, like, we should do an adult bingo and call it, is it? And then the bingo board could be like, I slept wrong, my husband snored, my coupon expired, I'm dehydrated, it's the migraines, am I getting my period? Like, that should be on the bingo card, and we should all play on Zoom. What do you guys say? We're obviously gonna invite my friend Michelle. I don't know. I mean, I'm being obviously sarcastic and I'm using humor to cope, but I also think this could be a good idea. You're gonna have to let me know, but I have to run because I have groceries to pick up. That could be another big, it could be like drive up pickup for groceries because you're the grocery. Hey you guys, happy Sunday. Do you guys ever fix your hair in the mirror and think you look really cute, and then you look at yourself in the viewfinder because you're a vlogger and you realize it does not compute? That is currently how I feel at this moment. Let's just pretend this is as cute as I feel like it looks. It doesn't. Let's just pretend I'm bald. Happy Sunday. It's 12 o'clock. We got up early today. I could not go to sleep last night. I felt like when I initially was prescribed Vyvanse, which I don't take anymore, by the way, because it makes me feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. It felt like that last night. You know what I also found out? One of the perks of perimenopause is also insomnia. I don't know if this is true or if this is the case. It does make me feel better, though, to have something to blame. I can't complain, though, because Parker, remember, perpetual on call, always on call. That man is always on call. He got called in at like 1 a.m. and then again at 3. So he is asleep right now. His poor clock is reversed for the day. Anyway, I couldn't go to sleep last night. I finally zonked out. Then I got up around 7:30, went to mass, waiting for my babies to come home. They have baseball practice on Sundays. Usually it's earlier in the day, but co-parent was like, you know what? This is a southern state and families love to go to mass, so I'm going to change the time without asking. So now they come to me a lot later on Sundays. And there is a silver lining. For example, the silver lining in this case is I get to prep the food for the week. I get to do that. Perspective. When the very first time that I heard that perspective change, I wanted to commit homicidal act of violence. I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm trying to make it sound like really aggressive. The first time I heard that perspective is I get to. You know, that perspective works when you say something like, I get to hug my dad still. I get to walk my son to school because I have a son, the gift of motherhood. But like, I get to clean my house because I have a house. I guess it makes sense. It just doesn't feel as nice as you think it would. I get to prep food, even though it's 400 times more expensive than it was last year. We have food to eat. I get to. I'm not feeling very holy right now, and I should. I should be feeling a lot of shame right now for complaining that I get to prep food. I've told you guys about this before. I either do groceries. I either do groceries on Sundays or Mondays, and then I prep everything for the week from fruit. Look at, he was so tired, but he still brought me a sweet tea. It's my penguin pebble. Those are my breadcrumbs. So I get to, no. I get to on Sundays and Mondays prep all the food for the week. It actually saves me a lot of time, and I only destroy the kitchen once. So if you guys are neat, like if you are neat at cooking in your kitchen or using your kitchen, then you just kind of destroy it for one moment, and then after that it's not a big deal because everything is pretty much partially done, partially prepped, partially cut. So like if you grill outside, or if you're gonna do something, you use like one pot or one pan or two pans instead of the cutting boards and the this and the that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I get to. How many of you guys are annoyed right now? The majority of you guys are annoyed? Man, I'm really glad I didn't vlog yesterday, because after I said hi and bye to you guys, I got a couple of comments that I was like, I'm gonna create homicidal criminal acts of violence. Did I say it right that time? No, I still didn't. You would think that the amount of hours and minutes that I have invested in watching those shows, I'd have some kind of degree, or at the very least, I'd know how to say those things properly. So right now, it's Sunday, it's 12. We're gonna prep a lot of food. We're gonna do a little chopping and peeling. I would love to have you guys come along for that. You guys have said that you enjoy it, but I also need a source of entertainment. So I might have to put some Ratatouille music here for you guys while I get to be the grocery.
Ba 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 ba.
happy Monday. Something about that like Monday morning, empty house, beautiful hair feeling is just, you can't describe it. You can't top it. It's not like, oh my God, yeah, party time, I have the house to myself. It's just this fresh start. Psychologically, it's like fresh start. Okay, how am I going to get started with my week? How am I going to kick butt this week? What am I going to do this week? It's just that it really is just mental, mental, like the mental reset of Monday or packing lunches, sending the boys off to school. You guys, when I tell you yesterday was an absolute nightmare for Parker, he got called in nonstop all day, probably until like 1 or 2 a.m. this morning. So the man slept in until like, what time is it now? It's about 10:30. He slept until maybe 8 and then left for work. So I'm not sure. I am in no position to complain about anything because of the type of day he had yesterday. God bless him, and he is destined for great things. But I don't know how he does it, you guys, because I am just like minorly inconvenienced and I want to set the world on fire, God bless him for being so robotic, pragmatic, and controlled, because that's why I know he is in the perfect profession for him. People like me, we could not be in law enforcement. Absolutely not. Like, maybe I should be in politics. Because this mouth of mine. Okay, so I wanted to check out with you guys. Check in, say hello. I wanted to say happy Monday. I wanted to share a few thoughts with you guys, but I was like, it's most important, the fact that I am using my perimenopausal insomnia for good. Try saying that 3 times really fast. I'm using my perimenopause insomnia for good these days. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. But in order to do that, I need really beautiful lighting. And here we go. There we go. Do you see the difference? Okay, look at this. Oh, does she have a filter on her face? No, she doesn't. It's called sunlight. And then if I come over here, yeah, that's perimenopausal acne. You're welcome, guys. There we go. We did it again. Did you see that? Just the way your face illuminates, plus proper angles. Like, I'd rather my forehead look really big and my dark circles look darker than for you guys to get like a front row seat to this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, Dani's so cute, isn't that? It's a little Pachaco pop socket. So our friend Nicole was like, Pachaco. Yeah, those are the types of requests that I like. She was like, Pachaco, maybe baby blue, maybe mint. I just love Pachaco. And I was like, same girl. Look at how cute he is. So I put 3 Pachacos on there because more is more. And then for our friend Vanessa, she was like, Hello Kitty me up. It is so hard to get this specific Hello Kitty in focus because of how sparkly she is. I don't know if you guys can tell. Hold on. So this specific Hello Kitty has like sort of a crystal texture, like a Swarovski crystal texture to it. I don't know if you guys can tell. And so for some reason, my phone, my camera can't focus on it. It's stunning in person because it's like just perfectly, do you see the sparkle? Like perfectly sparkle. It almost looks like rock candy. But it's just impossible to focus on it. And she was like, I want the sparkly Hello Kitty and then I want candy. And I was like, yeah, that's Parker's ringtone. Isn't it cute? So we did candy, Hello Kitty, and neon. Oh, she said neon yellow. Isn't that pretty? I love that color. Okay, so those are the 2 decadent pop sockets. And then I have a friend in Puerto Rico. She's a nurse. And we made her the very first Minnie Mouse badge reel that I ever made. And it is still to this day probably one of my favorites. I'll throw it up on the screen here. But she wanted a Mickey Mouse one for her boyfriend and then Halloween or autumn ones for both of them. So look at this. She said, her boyfriend specifically said no glitter because he doesn't know anything about life. I agree. Absolutely. Glitter on everything, Glitter's like happy. Glitter's like cheeseburgers and tacos. It's like hard to find any that you hate unless it's on Christmas wrapping paper and you gift it to somebody and then they get glitter on everything. Otherwise, no, this is contained glitter when you put it on resin. Although there is nothing on here. Look at the little spider. But it says Boo Boo Crew. And then for her, we did something similar, pero cute, you know, like there had to be a little cute in there. And I'll insert a picture because this one's glow in the dark. I don't know on what planet nurse needs a glow in the dark badge reel, but I don't know what I'm talking about because I've never been a nurse, but it's glow in the dark. It's a pastel purple and orange, but it's glow in the dark. And hers is Boo Boo Crew, but it's like cute, you know, like gentle, like just hello, peace signs, just a little boo boo, peace sign, crew sign. And then she's like, my boyfriend loved my mini so much. Can you make one that's like Fantasia, but no glitter? I'm like, yep, hold my drink. I often find myself Googling like X badge reel. So like dog badge reel, happy badge reel, kawaii badge reel, whatever the theme is that I'm presented with, just to get some inspiration. And I've started to realize that it doesn't have to be super complicated. You know, like the design doesn't have to be intricate. It's another perk of, just remind me to get back to this thought, but I overthink sometimes when I'm creating. When I do anything, I overthink, but especially when I'm creating, when I'm feeling inspired or creative, I overthink because I feel like I'm going to miss out on an opportunity to do my best, which again is a terrible thing because that just means my standards for myself and people in my bubble are just impossibly high. Like it doesn't always have to be the max of the top notch of the echelon of perfection. It's not that serious, you know? Calm the down. It's not that serious. And so a lot of the badge reels that I see are like just simple and just beautiful because it's not so much the focal point. The whole point of a badge reel is the badge, the ID. The other thing is just what holds it. So with something like this, I think it's great because not only is it cute, and does it serve a purpose? And for the Fantasia lover or the Mickey lover, it checks that box. But it's also something that is generic enough where you can gift it to somebody. Otherwise, that's what we've been getting into, you guys. What was I going to remind you? Oh yeah, of this. So I don't want to complain and I don't want to sound like I'm being a brat or whatever, or I'm an ageist, or I'm not aging gracefully, or I'm not embracing me being 40 this year. You guys know, of everyone in my life, you guys know how excited I have been to finally turn 40 for some reason. You know, I don't know. It's not for some reason. I know exactly what the reason is. Sam, which you guys haven't heard about me talk about in a long time, and it's something for me that's private and special and important, and it served its purpose when it needed to. And to me, she is still going to be, you know, top 10 favorite people in the world. And relationships don't last forever, and they don't have to, and there doesn't have to be this looming craziness about it. But one of the most profound things that she taught me and that I heard from her, or that she told me, was the older you get, the less you give. Her personality, you guys, and I'm getting emotional because I'm on my period and I can't control my feelings because I'm perimenopausal now. The emotional side of me is now on crack. So it's something that I think about a lot because it has proven to be so true. The older I get, the less I care about looking a certain way, acting a certain way, saying a certain thing, dressing a certain way. I feel like the older I get, you wanna go outside? The more I fall in love with myself. And sure, that might come off as narcissistic or shallow, or I'm being ridiculous or whatever, but I really like myself. And I never thought that I would get to a point in my life where I liked myself. I always look in the mirror and I don't see what other people see. I see this. And this is an exercise that my therapist told me to do. So I have this little picture around the house. I have it in my closet when I'm getting dressed. I have it in my bathroom when I'm like doing my face. And I have it in the kitchen. And I have one in my studio. And that is who I see. But I would see that picture and get really upset because I remember feeling that age and how unhappy I was. But the older I get, the less I give. And pardon the crudeness or the vulgarity of the statement, but it is probably one of the truest statements that I've ever heard in my life, that has never rang more true. And it makes me think of Samantha every day, all the time, because you know, I'll put something on and my initial thought, like my inner child thought is, God, you look stupid. But in that same moment, I'm able to catch myself and be like, but I like it. I like, here's a good example. I got this skirt. It's like a skirt. So it's like biker shorts, but with a skirt. But I mean, look at the color. And I got it and I was like, ay, eres una ridícula. Like, you're so ridiculous. You're gonna be 40 and you're gonna wear that skirt. Like, you're gonna embarrass your kids. You're gonna wear it to like walk the kids to school, and then what are the moms gonna think? But in that same moment that I'm having these like toxic thoughts, I'm like, I am so excited I got that skirt. I can't wait to wash it and wear it and feel cute because I don't care what people think. And it is this, the best way I can describe it is like you've been in prison your whole life. Like I've been in prison. I've been in jail my whole life, and I'm finally getting to like be free. Be free and do what I want, say what I want, act the way I want to act. But because I have a good heart and good morals and integrity, I know I'm not going to go do something inappropriate, like a midlife crisis. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel free. I feel free to love myself wholly and entirely. And I don't know why we're getting so deep. You know what I think? I think you could probably go back to these vlogs and kind of line up the dates around this time frame of every month. And I'm pretty sure that that vlog is going to have like some deep pontification of like feelings and emotions, probably because I'm on my period. But anyway, I wanted to check in with you guys and give you my very deep sentiment on why Mondays are so important and special to me. I also wanted to talk to you guys about like the cutest little creations we've made. And I didn't think we were gonna get this deep, like talking about turning 40 and perimenopause and like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my face is not very happy with me right now, and neither is like this area of my body. Like, that's not happy. My sudden weight gain, you guys. I finally bit the bullet. I hate going to the doctor. I'm proactive with my health. I'm very proactive with my health, and Parker has helped me a lot with that because I'm always on his butt about it, and he returns the favor. And he's blowing me up still. He returns the favor, but there is just something about getting my well woman visit that really like viscerally offends me. And so I put it off as long as I need to. And if I don't schedule it the day that I leave for the following year, I won't schedule it. So I've been overdue since March, but I finally bit the bullet this morning, and I just cried over nothing. And I need to go. I need to go because I don't know if there's anything I can do. It's, oh sure, you know, it makes for great vlog content, complaining about perimenopause or joking like, oh hey, if you grew up with Rainbow Bright, how does it feel being in perimenopause? Like, are you a geriatric millennial? How's perimenopause going for you? Like, sure, it's cool to cope with humor, and it's entertaining, and it makes something serious feel lighthearted, but ultimately, just talking about it isn't going to make you feel better. Like, what are you proactively doing about it? And so there are little measures that I take to be proactive about my health, like taking AG1 every morning the minute I wake up, or doing my little kinesthetics. What are those like little 15-20 minute workouts you do that like move your whole body and stretch your muscles? Like I need to stop. I have an app for it. So moving my body around. I've been wearing my Fitbit or my Apple Watch. Like, I go between the two just to make sure that I can monitor. Like, I'm obviously not wearing it right now. I didn't wear it because usually when I wake up, the minute I wake up, I put on my Apple Watch or I'm wearing my Fitbit, one or the other. But Parker got home so late that I didn't want to make a single like ounce of noise, so I just like crawled out of bed and like melted out of the room, forgot to put it on, and now it's almost 11 o'clock. But just doing these little things for myself help me feel a little proactive. But there are some things that I can't do. There are some things that I don't know. There are some things that I can't see in my blood. And so maybe this can be your miniature reminder that if you grew up watching Punky Brewster, Rainbow Bright, that maybe you should call your gynecologist and get some updated blood work so that we can be in perimenopause together and proactively take hold of our health, you know, because we deserve it, and so do our loved ones. Our loved ones deserve to be happy in their household and not be with a mom that inconveniently rages out because something silly happens, like she ran out of strawberries. You know what I'm saying? This is also your reminder to check out AG1 if you guys have been on the fence, if you're also, I don't know, in perimenopause, taking control over your health, emotional health, mental health, physical health, stress health, all of the health. If you can relate to things that I've shared, I think AG1 might be a really great fit for you. Check it out, try it. If you guys sign up now, there's going to be a QR code on the screen. There's also going to be a link in the description box. If you guys check it out now, you will get the 5 free travel packs, which, trust me, will become your best friend, especially if you are someone that needs a little bit of help here or there in terms of structure, schedule, having your life in order, work from home. And you will also get a free full-size bottle of the D3 plus K2 supplement. You guys, it has been great hanging out with you. All the information to what we did, where we went, this beautiful tank top that I'm wearing, no, just everything will be listed and linked in the description box of this video. Do you want to say hi to your friends? I don't think you've said hi to them. Have you forgiven me? Because of our toe, remember? So from us to you, we love you guys so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give us a paw up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Say bye to your friends. Say bye. Geriatric dog, geriatric millennial. We love you.